Hey guys, it's Computer Techie, and today I'm going to show you how to do a cool artificial autofocus feature using Adobe After Effects. And let me show you what it looks like. As you can see in the beginning, it's all blurry, and then it slowly fades into clearness. And then I do a little handgun thing. But today I'm going to show you how to do that with Adobe After Effects. It's actually very simple. So here's what After Effects should look like whenever you open it up. First thing you want to do is go up to Composition and then select New Composition. As you can see, my width is 640 and my height is 480. That's only because those were the dimensions of my webcam whenever I took the video. If you want to do a full screen video for YouTube, I suggest you do 1280 by 720, 1280 being the width, 720 being height. And that'll give it a full look to it, 16:9 aspect ratio, and then click OK. As you can see, you have a large black rectangle up in this window. Now you want to import your video, so just click two times in the open space, select your video like so, and then click Open. Now whenever you have your video in the list, you want to click on it and then drag it down into this open space so it will add it to the timeline. It's kind of small, so I'm going to scale it up a little bit and make it wider. That looks good. Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to add a blur effect. So it's blurry in the first keyframe, and then I'm going to try to make it clear at this keyframe right before the gunshot thing. So what you want to do is make sure that your marker is at the very first keyframe. It should say 00000, and then go up to Effect, go down to Blur and Sharpen, and then from that list you want to select Fast Blur. So I'll click there, and then now you should see a triangle next to your video. Just click on that once, and then below you should see Effects, Transform, and Audio. Click on the triangle next to Effects, and then click on the triangle next to Fast Blur. Now you should see Blurriness, Blur Dimensions, and Repeat Edge Pixels. Click on the stopwatch next to Blurriness, and this will add a keyframe on the very first that'll add a little keyframe to the very first frame. So you want to bring up your blurriness a little bit, and as you can see, whenever you blur it, it has a little black outline around the sides of it. If you don't really like it, put a check next to Repeat Edge Pixels, so it doesn't have that black look to it, but I think it looks cool with it, so I'm just going to uncheck that. And then what you want to do is go to the keyframe where you want it to be clear, so that's like the 100th keyframe for me, like close to the end. And then you want to go back to your blurriness and drag it back down to 0. So if you drag your marker, you can see it fades to like a blurriness, and then whenever you play it forward, it fades to clear. And it's a pretty cool effect, and it's very easy to do. So I'm going to go to the very first thing, and I'm going to try to show you guys like a quick preview of what it looks like. And it has this small green bar, and all it's doing is it's just really doing it's rendering a short preview. So whenever you see the green bar cover your entire video, then you can just watch it in like full speed. And it takes a little while depending on how much you edited your video and how fast your processor is, but it usually takes about a minute or so if it's a short video like this one. It's almost done, as you can see, and it is, as you can see in the video window, you can see it's slowly turning into a clear video, or somewhat clear anyway. And then you saw the bang thing, so it's now you can play it in real time, as it's known as in Adobe After Effects. Real time just means full speed, and it's not really doing that right now, but trust me, it does otherwise. I think it's probably because I'm recording my screen right now. But if you have finished editing it as much as you want, first of all, I'm just going to cut the work area to right there. And I'm going to right click and click trim comp to work area, so it makes your entire composition only as large as that work area. It's kind of a cool tool, and I like that. So go up to composition and then click make movie, and then down at the bottom you should see a thing called render queue. To output it, you want to click on the yellow text, and you can decide the folder that you want to save it to, and you can call it whatever you want. I'll call it blur to clear test, and I'll save it onto my desktop, and it's already predetermined where it's going to go, and then click render. And as you can see, this small yellow loading bar is just rendering all the frames of your video, and we have about 100 or so. And so over here is the total number of frames, and then in the center it's showing you how many frames it's completed rendering. And whenever it's finished rendering, then you should hear a little jingle that Adobe After Effects has, and as you can see, it's loaded about 32 seconds so far, so it usually takes about a minute or so if you don't have too long of a video. So it's almost done, and the downside about After Effects is it only can render videos as .avi files, but if you have a different program you can change it to MPEG-4 if you want to. So it's done rendering, so now you can close Adobe After Effects if you want to. It's being kind of slow right now. Hang on a second. Let me close this program. It's just acting weird right now. Okay, so as you can see, you have your video right here on your desktop. You can watch it. Hang on just a sec. Alright, here it is. If it's an AVI file, it usually is a really big file, so if you change it to an MPEG-4, it reduces the size of the file and it makes it play faster. So I really recommend you use like any other video editing software to change it to an MPEG-4. But I hope you guys like this video, and feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message. Thanks.